Episode 2, The Narrative Boys.
Yes, sir. It's the podcast you want to be on.
Yes, sir. What we got talking about today? What we going in? What we doing?
Well, for starters, right off the bat, we both definitely want to thank everybody for all the feedback, good and bad. If it's not taken into consideration in this episode, obviously, we have future ones.
Yep.
But no, I mean, we had a lot of support just from the first video, so I know we both just want to say thanks for that. But all right, enough of that. I say we talk about some Wayfair.
Wayfair, hey, that's trending right now. That shit's crazy.
Well,
I don't know if y'all heard about it, but y'all gonna learn about it right now.
Surprisingly, it's not trending, bro. Like, it trended that first day. I think it got technically to like number 12 or 15 or something. And it didn't even trend for a full 24 hours. Now it's not even in the top 50 trending. And that just shows where people, I mean, the evidence was there and people still didn't give a shit about it.
Nah, it's wild, man. I don't understand how. I mean, I thought it would be a bigger thing,
Yeah.
Especially like with sex trafficking and all this shit going on with what's his name? The dude that got arrested, but his partner, what's her name?
Starts with a G. I'm pretty sure. I don't know his name off the top
Whatever.
of my head, but
yeah, they had like some sex ring shit going on too. So I don't know. All this government shit corrupt. Hey, by the way, government, if you're watching this shit, look, we just relaying information. We're not trying to die or nothing like.
Yeah, don't come after us.
If I go missing, it's y'all. It ain't because of me.
So yeah, her name was I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah.
Ghislaine.
Yeah.
But that's who. Yeah, she's arrested now and facing something. But
yeah, the Epstein stuff.
yeah. Speaking of, have you seen his thing on Netflix?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No, I added it to my list though. I just looks good, so I might watch it one time. But yeah, I don't know. Why don't you tell us about this Wayfair stuff? Exactly.
This Wayfair shit, man. Look, I don't know if y'all know, but so basically, if you go on Wayfair's website and you like search for, say like you do like the high to low on pricing in the filter, and you like look at these overpriced like pieces of furniture and like cabinets and shit. It's like $15,000 for like what, $1,000 piece of furniture or whatever.
If that, yeah.
Yeah, like tables on there for like $15,000. Like cabinets, $15,000 per. And the crazy thing about it is, like in the description of the title, you have it's like it has like a random ass name in there, and it's not like some generic like what Tony or fucking Billy Bob, Joe set.
Exactly.
Nah, it's like what are the names I had written down there? Like a Cynthia or a Cheyenne or like a Joseph.
I mean, they're unique names.
And like unique. And then whenever you like go into like Google or whatever, and you type in like a SKU code for this item, like the SKU shows a missing person.
That's wild, dude.
Yeah, we had just looked this up the other day. I had seen like a little thread on Twitter. People were clowning it, talking about, you got your tin hat on, too tight and shit. Like, nah, this shit's weird. So like,
yeah.
And these names like match up with people that are missing. And another crazy thing about it is that Wayfair like distributes furniture to ICE facilities, like detention centers or whatever, or detainment centers.
Actually, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and like there's been reports of kids like going missing in these like detainment centers.
So, that's fucking wild, man.
Bro, this whole thing's got me thinking like, what's going on in this world, bro?
Yeah.
And but yeah, that's basically the whole thing about it, is that these names are like of the furniture sets that are overpriced are matching up with like names of missing children, missing persons.
Yeah.
And like, what was I gonna say?
Well, while you're thinking of it, it's just crazy that these cabinets, again, they're priced for $10,000 to $15,000. You could buy the same shit at Target or IKEA for $500 or less. I mean, it's just basic cabinets, but they have these kids' names as, you know, say the.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Look, whenever you go to check out this item, there's only one item in stock.
Oh, that's weird.
There's only one item in stock, and whenever you check out, it fills in a name of a missing person.
It fills in the first and last name.
Yeah, the first and last name. So like, I don't understand how this shit's not getting talked about in the media or what's going on. Like, that's why I think it's like a bigger like picture to it. Like these big ass companies. Well, I don't know.
It's funny you say that. I talked to my brother, and I mean, he said the same thing. This is literally just like 1% of it. Like, yeah, Wayfair got exposed, but there's so many other big companies that maybe not necessarily sell them through their website, you know, through cabinets and shit, the way Wayfair did. But there are other like big corporations that are doing this, and just Wayfair just happened to get exposed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who's going to look at this weird shit on Wayfair. Obviously, it's conspiracy, but I mean, I see kind of evidence to it, like being a very well possibility that they're shipping these kids in these cabinets. It's just weird.
And that's the thing.
Man.
So you can't find it now, but the first video that surfaced of it, like the original person that like exploited it onto Twitter, they were like 2,000 pages deep. So I mean, you had to, unless you already knew what you were searching for, you had to like dig deep. And the normal person is not going 1,000 pages deep to find this shit. Like, you're going that far because you know it's there. You're searching for that. Like, and yeah, just the fact that these videos and these pictures and screenshots and all this shit has come out, and literally like no one fucking cares, dude.
No, I've seen
it's wild.
I've seen people like in these threads on these Twitter posts and whatever. They say like I work for Wayfair, or I used to work for Wayfair. There was times whenever I was like moving packages and the shit seemed a little sketchy. Like it felt like it was like a little too heavy or something like that. But I mean, that's kind of weird to me. You're not gonna ship it like a child can be moving around unless you got them like super strapped with some like. I mean, you're gonna hear noises, like stuff like that.
Oh, and that's another thing too. Like, this shit just got exposed, but we don't know how long they've been doing it. I guarantee it, they didn't just get caught because they just started. Like, you know, the shit's been going on, but now.
Oh, for sure.
And something that bothers me too is.
Now, there's been missing children from like 2016, 17 that I've seen like on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what bothers me is most companies, if not all, or even like celebrities, whatever, like when shit like this comes out in the news, I'd say usually within like 24 hours it's addressed, and for the most part, like they deny it, like cheating scandals or this or that, or you know,
like the Oprah shit
or Chipotle undercooking food, just shit, anything like that where a big name is in the news or media, it's usually addressed. Wayfair, it's been what, a week almost, and Wayfair hasn't said a word. They haven't denied it or any. I mean, they just have done nothing. They've like ignored it, and I think that too is a sign. Like,
well, they denied it.
Oh, okay.
And
I didn't see.
The thing is, with these, a lot of people are saying too that like, these companies put these products overpriced because of the fact that like little placeholders for when the product comes back in stock.
Okay. Then explain the names and how they match identically to missing people. Like, you can't explain that one. That's not a coincidence.
No, but literally, if you put the SKU number of the product into Google, it pulls up. Like these missing children. Yeah. And we'll put a little screenshot on the screen for y'all to see. But no, it's crazy. Yeah, they're wilding out here, dude.
For real, I don't know. And yeah, I mean, it bothers me. It's definitely lefts and whatever. Now they're covering up in the media. It's not even being talked about. And
Exactly.
I don't know. Shit's just mind blowing that people like.
I mean, I can see the argument of this product's out of stock. We're putting it here for like future reference. Like it's like a placeholder for when the product comes back in stock. But usually you go look, it says out of stock, but it has the right price.
That or
yeah, it's
or
not
just
fucking $20,000, $1 million for a couch, bro.
Yeah, like or just put like product unavailable. You don't even have to put a price, but to put a specific. Like they're putting specific ass prices on these.
Yeah,
like
that's the thing though. I can understand that, but I feel like that is like a normal thing, so it's an easy way to hide it.
Exactly.
I'm sure overpricing an item just because it's like out of stock, and then when it comes back in stock, you put it back in the thing is normal. Until you try to hide it with these other products, like a cabinet. Multiple cabinets that are the same thing.
Yeah, same picture.
Overpriced. Same picture.
That's another thing too. I feel like
with names of these children that are missing.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like I feel like when people are looking, you know how you can sort like highest to lowest price or lowest to highest, whatever. I feel like people are gonna put the lowest first. So if they're putting it the super high price, well, if people are searching low to high, well, guess what's at the very bottom that people aren't gonna search, scroll all the way to.
Exactly.
These fucking high price like little kids, whatever. I mean, whatever they're doing. I mean, and that's the thing. You get
it could be a whole. That's the thing.
A hoax,
Clinton shit, the Pizzagate shit. Like it could be connected to each other. That's why it's being hidden so well.
Exactly, and all this little shit just keeps coming out. Whether it's pictures or like lists of those names or whatever, or now this Wayfair shit. It's little shit just keeps coming out that people are piecing together. I mean, they're piecing timestamps together. They're piecing people in certain pictures together, like Jeffrey Epstein, his wife, the Clintons. I mean, everything's all coming together slowly, and
now you come find this shit.
Exactly.
With Wayfair.
And it could be a hoax.
Easy way to hide shit, which it is. Like I don't know who would go and look for this.
Exactly.
Hey, you want some new detective type shit, like some.
And this shit could be a hoax, but as of right now. Looks pretty fucking real, and obviously, down the road, like we'll figure it out and go from there. But as of right now, from what we know, this is what's happening.
Exactly.
And yeah, it's another thing too. It's easy to slide in or easy to do this when you have all the moms. This is their favorite store to order shit from. You just look like one of the other. I mean, you fit right in. They did a good job.
It's a quarantine store. Like their stock price blew up during the quarantine because of the fact that nobody was going out to get furniture.
Yeah.
You just had to order online.
Yeah.
So, and it has a lot of traffic, so a lot of people really aren't paying attention to that shit. They're just looking at
they blended right in.
Nice priced shit. Nobody's looking for a fucking cabinet for $15,000. Or you go in to type in that sofa, you're not gonna be scrolling all the way down to spend $20,000 on a sofa.
Exactly.
Like, you're not even gonna see that product, and you're definitely not gonna really pay attention. Yeah, unless you're not gonna really be paying attention to a random ass name in the front.
Exactly.
Like a
fucking Jeremiah. I mean, just these. Again, these names are unique. They're not your basic names. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Just fucking wild.
So I'm interested to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, it could be like you said, a hoax, like a little something that's like we're over here have our tin hat on.
Exactly. Exactly. But after seeing what I saw, I don't think that's the case. And I'll be interested to see where it goes, but.
I mean, it could just blow over and just not be talked about.
Well, and that's what's happening right now. I mean, obviously.
Like us talking about it's not gonna. I mean, we're gonna bring a little bit of light to people, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, that's what I'm saying. If it trended, it didn't even make #1, and now it's not even in the top trending. Like it just shows that one, either the media is trying to cover it up, or two, people just don't give a shit, which is kind of sad. They're so worried about.
I think people give a shit. Like I see a lot of people posting about it.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I'm literally like, this shit's wild. wild to me.
Yeah. Well, hey, I think it's time for an ad break. Right?
Ad break.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's right. Yeah. So I've got mine. Yeah,
Shit, I got mine too.
Hell yeah! There you go. There you go.
Look, his finger looking.
I don't know about that. I don't know about. They didn't pay us for that, dude. Oh shit. All right, so yeah, the next thing is going to be we're going to talk about some coronavirus. So right now, if you were to look this up, the current deaths in the U.S. are over 100,000.
Mm-hmm.
Current deaths worldwide are over 500,000. So the U.S. is making up a quarter of the deaths.
Yeah, which is
of coronavirus-related deaths. I mean, yeah, when you have states like Florida,
California, New York,
California not giving a shit. That's obviously gonna cause some rise in cases and deaths, whatever. But guess what didn't add to it?
Yeah, guess what the World Health Organization said? Didn't add to these
Black Lives Matter protests haven't added to cases or deaths at all.
No uptick in cases due to these protests.
None of them. The protests haven't caught. No one who protested caught it.
But hey, me,
crazy.
you know, I go out, I sit about 2 tables away from somebody, and I have a higher chance of getting it than somebody literally holding hands, yelling, screaming, spitting everywhere in a whole ass crowd. But I'm the one that's causing...
With masks off. Some of them don't even have their masks on at all.
I'm the one that's causing the issue here. I'm the one because I want to go out and get a bite to eat with my girl, or I want to go to the mall and grab some jeans. Not even like a super busy mall. Like there's barely anybody at these places at these times.
Well, you don't need to be buying jeans anyways.
Well, it is 100 degrees, right?
Exactly, but no, it just you're gonna sit here and tell me that these protests have nothing to do with the rise, and it just so happens that the rise came once these protests started happening, but you're gonna tell me they didn't cause it?
No, exactly. Right after the
media.
We started protesting at
just two months ago, roughly.
No, look, we started protesting. The protesting started to trickle off. 2 weeks later, after the protest, or like a week later, after the incubation period, you started seeing this little uptick. It kept going. And then people were still protesting, rioting, fucking looting these stores. In big crowds, big gatherings. What's the little guidelines? Stay 6 feet away. But what are they doing? Hugging, shaking hands, holding hands, screaming in your fucking ear, 2 feet away from each other.
But that didn't cause deaths, so I don't know what you're trying to point out. No. But like seriously, how can you say that didn't cause?
No, they literally said
deaths.
I literally read it stated
like
zero correlation to the uptake of the coronavirus case. And you know what?
And
the media, man, the media is trying to do some shit. Literally, they're just using this as a media plot against Trump because he opened up the U.S.
And that's so 2 more things. You can look up, like there have been video footage of like hospitals and how hectic they are because of the coronavirus. Then you can look up the actual footage where people are just doing normal things at the hospital. Another thing, people are pissed off that Trump wants to open up schools.
Yeah.
Because their kids are going to go in and be, exposed to the coronavirus. But that's not the issue, man.
It doesn't. It doesn't help. It doesn't help that Hong Kong just said they're closing their schools due to uptick in coronavirus. So obviously, this is not just a U.S. thing.
Yeah.
This is happening everywhere. Just because people aren't dying doesn't mean people aren't getting the virus. This is literally like the flu, essentially. Obviously, I haven't had it myself. I know people that have had it. They haven't died. They barely had any symptoms.
Exactly.
Or they had symptoms for a day or two. Obviously, I've heard a lot. It affects your lungs a lot and your breathing, even after.
And that's another thing. It's affecting and people heavier or killing people that already have existing medical breathing issues, respiratory issues, bronchitis, whatever the fuck else. That's who it's affecting most. People our age, especially people younger than us. Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna.
We're literally like less than 1% that we're even gonna catch it, let alone die from it.
No, I mean everybody can catch it at the same rate, but it's the fact that like it wasn't a big thing whenever these protests were going on. It was just completely forgotten about. Nobody was talking about it. The news had literally they didn't give a shit about the coronavirus. After these protests ended, Trump, these conservatives, they don't give a fuck about black lives, and they don't give a fuck about anybody's lives because they want to open up the economy and they just want to kill everybody. They want everybody to get the virus. They just have no sympathy for these old people and these people dying from the virus. I'm like, dude, you were just protesting and rioting, literally in big crowds. Get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Like, that's bullshit to me. You can't. And
those are the same people that are afraid to go out and eat because of the coronavirus. Exactly. So they're the first ones to say, "Oh, you're not wearing a mask, yada yada." Yet they were out fucking protesting.
Yeah, you're the main reason this shit is literally skyrocketed. Obviously, there's places like Florida where I mean, you can't really. You got idiots in Florida. Obviously, everybody knows Florida is full of idiots. You got Miami Beach.
Wait,
you just got the beach in general. I don't give a fuck. You're not there anymore, so.
Exactly, and that's another thing too. For the most part, the left runs the media, and guess what's not being truthful? Like, obviously they're saying these Black Lives Matter protests aren't causing it. Well, the left supports Black Lives Matter movement. The Democrats support that. So of course they're not going to openly admit in the media and say, oh yeah, these protests have fucking caused, all this skyrocketing and shit. They're not going to report that.
They're just going to say, I had nothing to do with it.
And exactly, that should give it
a week before, they didn't even give a fuck about the coronavirus, so.
Exactly.
That shit is just.
And then once the cases started rising and people started caring about coronavirus again, they were the first to come out and say, but it wasn't Black Lives Matters, protests.
Yeah.
Like, of course they're going to say that shit.
It's wild to me that they came out and said that. I just can't. That really pissed me off. Obviously,
on the coronavirus.
Obviously, we can be doing a better job at trying to control it. But people have to live their lives. Like, companies have to keep going. Like, the economy is doing the economy is doing the best it's ever done.
Exactly.
Like I said, we got to find a way to slow it down. Like, maybe we shouldn't have opened up so soon to 75%, and bars definitely shouldn't have been open. I mean, you got morons want to just go out and drink and stuff like that.
And that's the thing too, is it's not going to be perfect opening up right away. We don't know how to open up correctly, so we're going to have some trial and error. Like, people are upset at that Dr. Fauci, they're upset at Trump and all these people, but there's no right way to go about it. You can't be completely closed or completely open, but we don't know the exact number, the exact percentage of what can open and what can't. We have to try shit out, see what works. Obviously, we tried 75% or whatever you said. It may not have worked, so we'll try again. Like, you can't expect it to just work right away, and that's what these people are expecting. It's just not how it works.
People are trying to refer to New York as the way this is how it should have been. Well, New York, first off, and I got this information from one of my friends. Like, it's obvious. They literally live in close quarters anyway. They were going to be the most affected by far in the first place whenever this virus broke out anyway. They literally live close quarters, subways, walking in big ass crowds.
Exactly.
So yeah, they're going to be the most affected at the beginning. And then they're trying to come out yesterday. They're like, oh, New York they didn't report a death today for the first time since the whatever. And I'm like, I mean, yeah, that's good, but still, show me how many cases are there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I don't want people to die. That's great, but
Yeah.
you can't just eliminate like, oh, we're not going to tell you how many cases are here. We're just going to tell you there's no deaths.
Exactly. And my whole thing, I don't think it's
What's
as crazy as they make it. No, I don't think it is as serious as the media portrays it. They're portraying it as hundreds of thousands of people have died by it. I feel like if it spreads as easy as they say it spreads, right, and it's as contagious and deadly as they say, where's the proper disposal? Where are the containers that we're supposed to dispose of our masks and gloves? Why aren't those out? Where are more disinfectants? Shit, like, if that's how it's supposed to be, I mean, in hospitals they have, its own disposal bins for coronavirus equipment, masks, gloves, etc., whatever. But we don't have them anywhere. Yeah. If it's as deadly and contagious as you say, where's the step towards that?
People are just tripping because there's no vaccine. Like the flu, it's basically the flu.
If you get it, I mean, some people, I mean, they're just getting, it's just a heavy flu.
I mean, I haven't been affected by it though. People saying like they have major lung issues or major breathing issues after they've gotten it. So, I mean, I can't judge it fully because I haven't experienced the feeling of having it. But from what I've seen, most people don't show symptoms, and most people say they don't really feel a difference. There are some that say, look, after having it, I feel very sleepy, tired, I'm still having trouble breathing. I've seen more severe stories where people saying like they were in bed for like the only time they felt good was when they were sleeping, and when they woke up they were like gasping for air and stuff like that. So I mean, it's different.
All over the place.
Different variations of how people have experienced it. But from my viewing, I think it's a little
blown out of
proportion. But I don't want to say that and then get it and die. So
no, to me it is what it is. I think it's blown out of proportion, but and if I get it, then I'll eat my words. But until then,
well, you've been fucking chilling in the crib. So.
I mean, true, but I also have not worn a mask once, except for my tattoos. That's the only time I've worn a mask. I wash my hands just like I normally. I don't do excessive amounts of it. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't even use actual hand sanitizer. I think it's bad. But I haven't caught any symptoms that I know of. I don't ever feel like any of that. I mean, I go to the grocery store just like normal people. I go to the park every day. Like, I mean, I'm exposing myself too.
Yeah.
But
I mean, you're exposing yourself smartly as well. Like, I go to the gym, not smart, but
and I would go too. We just aren't open, and I wouldn't, I don't have that exposure right now.
Yeah.
But still, I don't know. I don't take this shit as serious as a lot of people do.
Got you.
And again, if I catch it, then I'll eat my words.
No, yeah. I mean, I've seen people talk shit about it, catch it, and die. Like, obviously, I don't want that to be me. I'm not talking shit about it. I'm just stating, like, the bullshit that's being covered on it.
True.
But hey, look. Great having y'all for episode 2.
I think we definitely got some of that awkward shit out of the way.
Yeah, episode 1 was a little rough, a little cringy. Obviously, it had to be a little rough, his first episode, and I'm sure it's a little cringy whenever you're talking about your own like experiences with kind of cringy things,
Exactly, but no, we stuck straight to the facts today, and
y'all enjoyed like what we talked about. I hope y'all gained some knowledge on this Wayfair stuff going on.
I mean, take what we said and look into it. Look into it for yourself if you haven't already. I mean, this shit, the evidence is out there. What we talked about today is out there. You can see it. You can get your own opinion on it.
Exactly. Hey,
it's there.
If y'all have an opinion on it or want to leave something down below in the comments, feel free. We'll reply back. Or if y'all want to put some topics y'all want to hear down below, feel free.
But yeah, that's it for today.
Thank y'all for checking us out. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment. You know, the boys are out.